Hello, everyone, and I'm back again with another Fear Street review. Today, I'm talking about Blaze, which is another film I caught at this year's Tribeca Film Festival. There may be some spoilers, so if you haven't already seen the movie and you want to pause and come back after you do, that's totally fine. I'll still be here, ready to tell you my thoughts. So, before I get into my thoughts, the synopsis of the movie is after accidentally witnessing a violent crime, a young girl, Blaze, is left catatonic with shock and struggles to make sense of what she saw, ultimately finding renewal in the world of her imagination. I do want to say up front that just two trigger warnings for anyone out there that may be wanting to watch this movie. There is a pretty intense, difficult to watch rape scene in the first part of this film. Now, I do think if that is something that triggers you and you need to skip past it, it is like if you just skip to after the first 11-ish minutes, you should be good. Um, but I just want to put that out there because I know that can be triggering for many people in the world. There is also use of a lot of flashing imagery and flashing lights. I know some people are photosensitive. If you are, just know that those are coming at you. You generally get a good idea of when they're going to start so you can prepare yourself. So I just wanted to get those out before I get into my real feelings on the movie. So, first off, this movie is visually stunning, gorgeous. There are so many shots that are just breathtaking. I would frame them and put them on my wall. That is how beautiful this movie is, especially as Blaze goes into her imagination and her imagination her the world of her imagination is colorful and vibrant and fantastical, but also very real and dark, and you can tell that it's created by this traumatic event that she witnessed. So visually, this movie is absolutely out of this world beautiful. I did feel, as Sheree and I have said, the magic number for a film is 90 minutes. This is a little bit over that. And it is a little slow in places, so if I had my choice, I would shave a little off here and there just to kind of keep the progress moving a little bit. But I do, with that in mind, I do also don't. I do give them props on a lot of that would have to be shaving some of those beautiful, imaginative moments, and they also really worked for me too. So I don't know. I could. I'm in the middle of the road on that one, but yeah, it is just a little slow and just in a few sections. I do want to give a shout out to Julia Savage, who plays the lead character Blaze. As a young actress, this young person is incredible. The performance is, in my opinion, award-winning level. Meryl Streep, Viola Davis, like that is the level of this performance for me. I thought it was gorgeous. I thought it was there were layers, and you could tell things were going on behind her eyes, and there was such gears turning that it's so rare to find in young people that at that age, so a lot of people grow into that and are able to do that later on in their lives, but to find that in someone so young, huge shout out. I also really enjoyed just the plot devices and the use, especially with the use of not only did Blaze's imagination help her deal with her trauma that she witnessed, it also helps her navigate coming of age with a single father at home. I can see where that could be difficult, and I think that using her imagination and seeing that her like imaginary friends in a sense, helped her deal with that as well. Especially there is some natural things that you know uh, people born with uteruses and vaginas go through that they do deal with in this movie, and I think that the use of the imagination to help go into those things was a really interesting device. Number one, and I think everyone out there has heard, if you listen to the podcast, Sheree and I have talked about this, but the real horror, because I will say, this movie does lean a little bit more to the drama world, to the fantasy world. It's not necessarily full on horror, But the real horror is the violence committed against femme people all the time in this world, every day, every hour, every minute, every second. That is the real horror. And I think that if, in talking about this film, you've got to start there. You've got to start with this happens every day, and that is not okay. And that is horrific for many, 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 many people in the world. So those are my thoughts on the film. As for yay, nay, it's a yay for me. I really enjoyed it. I thought that the visuals were striking, the performances were great, the script was going. I thought it all worked really, really well. Now, with that being said, I do recognize that as a cisgendered man reacting to this movie, there may be things that I missed. So I am looking forward to having more dialogue and reading things and watching things of femme people responding to uh, this film. I didn't grow up a woman. I didn't grow up a trans woman. I don't have those same experiences. So I am looking forward to hearing what you all think. So let me know. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I would love to hear the comments. What did I miss? What do I need to go back and watch again? Because I will say this movie does have a lot of rewatchability, if that's a word. If I don't, if it's not a word, I just made it one. So uh, this movie does have a ton of rewatchability because there's so many great visuals that I'm sure I missed little bitty cookies in there that would just be really fun to rewatch. So I would love to rewatch it with some new perspectives on things to look for. So let me know in the comments and DMs. As always, I love dialogue. Thanks to our friends at Tribeca Film Festival for making this possible. Thank you to everyone who worked on this film. I do want to shout out the filmmakers, the writer and director. So this Blaze is written by I might butcher this name. Let me know if I do, and I will fix this later because I hope I get to see more of their work. The writers are Huna Amweero, and the director who also helped co-write the script as well is Kathryn Barton. So incredible work. Thank you to everyone who worked on this film. Thank you to everyone at Tribeca Film Festival. I have loved everything I've seen so far, and I'm looking forward to what else I can get down in this film festival. As always, make sure you stay fierce out there. Bye.